052. You're classified as a second felony offender. You're currently serving a 12-year sentence for theft, 2 counts of simple burglary, and another theft, all out of Lincoln Parish. You have a parole eligibility date, March 26, 2022. Your good time date is October 27, 2022, with a full term date, March 26, 2031. Is that information correct, Mr. Martin?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Roche.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Good morning, Mr. Martin.
Good morning, sir.
How you doing?
I'm doing just fine. And yourself?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. Before I get started, Captain Williams, good morning. Could you tell me whether or not you had a pre-release program at Lincoln? Like 100 hours pre-release?
It froze up, sir. I couldn't hear you.
Okay. Can you tell me whether or not you have a program called 100 hours pre-release?
No, sir.
You have a victim awareness program.
Yes.
You do have a victim awareness program.
Yes, sir.
But no pre-release program.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have privilege program. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
And I will call on you just a little later, okay?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Martin, you're currently,
Yes,
you're currently 31 years old, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You've been convicted of 2 felonies and you've been incarcerated for about 3 years on the 12-year sentence, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Then you served about 25% of your sentence, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I see you earned 255 days of good time. Tell me about the programs you completed.
I took Miles 1, Miles 2, parenting, and FDIC money management.
Okay, tell me what Mars 1 and 2 is.
Miles 1 and 2 is a substance abuse prevention program. It concentrates on your risk factors and it gives you a list of there are 27 risk factors. One of them is multiple risk factors. Another one is denial, blame. I couldn't name 27 off the top of my head at the moment.
Okay. Well, tell me the one most important thing that you got from Mars 1 and 2.
The most important thing I got out of Mars 1 and 2 is it allowed me to look at myself in a different aspect per se. It gave me the opportunity to just re-examine and apply some of the risk factors into my life and really just know what I was dealing with and try to correct it, basically.
Was drugs and alcohol the main reason why you were convicted of theft and burglary?
No, sir. Greed and being addicted to money is what was my biggest thing. So not drugs and alcohol, but money.
So you were addicted to money.
Yes, sir.
And you're 31 years old. So
Yes,
why
sir.
did you stop?
Why what?
Why didn't you have a job?
I did. I was working at McDonald's, but it just wasn't enough. And that was my biggest issue, was always saying it's not enough. So I tried to find some other aspect to make it enough. And I just
Mr. Martin, what grade did you finish in high school?
I finished the 8th grade, and then in 2008, I went to Job Corps and got a business occupational degree and my GED.
So you had some vocational training.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Why were you working at McDonald's?
Because I had just moved back to Louisiana from Arkansas to be closer to my family, and that was the first thing available.
And what job did you have in Arkansas?
I was doing a lot of temp agency work. I was never able to just really get on my feet in Arkansas, and that's another one of the reasons why I came back.
Basically, you had business training with the Job Corps, and you ended up doing a temp job, and you depended on somebody needing somebody on a Wednesday or Thursday to be employed.
Yes, sir.
Why didn't you seek full-time employment?
Laziness, sir.
So you had a fetish for money and you were lazy.
Unfortunately, yes, sir.
And at the time you were incarcerated, you were working at McDonald's. Tell us about your transition plan now that you served 3 years of incarceration. You have a need and have a necessity to have money. What is your transition plan? Where are you going to work and where are you going to live?
Actually, I'm currently working now through the work release program at Rogers Manufacturing. I've been there since February of last year. I'm going to continue working there once I get released. I also bought a trailer because I want to turn it into a food trailer, and that's going to be another revenue of money. Let me see. I'll be
But
yes, sir.
what kind of companies in Rogers Industry?
It's we build roof trusses and floors out of wood. It's a truss company.
So basically, you manufacture parts for a manufactured home.
Yeah, well, we build trusses for different contractors. I don't know if they go to manufactured homes per se, but you know, like your house, for instance, has a roof support. So, you know, we could have possibly built the roof support for your house. You know, I don't know, but
But you prefab those and bring it on site.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Exactly.
Okay. And have you been offered full-time employment?
I have, yes, sir. I'm not sure if the one of the ladies from HR is in this call, but I asked her to be in this call today, but I don't know if she's still here or not.
Let's talk about drugs and alcohol.
Okay.
At what age did you start using drugs and alcohol?
I think I've smoked weed a total of 10 times in my life, and I started at the age of 18, and that is it. And I do not drink.
Did you graduate to anything stronger than marijuana?
No, sir.
No heroin? No
No,
cocaine?
sir. No, sir. No, sir.
So basically, the real reason that you committed your offenses is that you needed money
Yes, sir.
for shoes and clothes and to have a good time.
No, sir, to pay bills.
Are you single?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any children?
No, sir.
So, and you were living with, did you own your own apartment or house?
No, sir. I was renting.
Okay. And you were living alone?
Yes, sir.
Let me inform you that the entire legal community is opposed to your early release. The judges submitted a statement, the DA's office, the sheriff's office, and the chief of police. The majority of your victims are unopposed to your early release, and that's a good thing. But these victims are requesting restitution.
Yes, sir. I'm aware.
And was your part of your sentence, what, do you have any court ordered restitution?
Yes, sir. It's $50,000.
Okay, that's about what I have, between $40,000 and $56,000.
Yes, sir.
So tell me, how are you gonna pay the restitution?
Through my job at Rogers Manufacturing, and if I have to get a second job, I will. I do not mind working at all. I mean, through this 3 years of incarceration, I have humbled myself. I have gotten out of this lazy stage that I've been in before my incarceration. I go to work every day, 6 days a week, and I work and I do my job to the best of my ability. Like I said, I've been there a year and I've had no problems whatsoever. I've moved up the ladder so much that once I do get released, there's a possibility of me becoming a supervisor at my job.
Mr. Martin, tell me exactly what you do in a very brief statement. What do you do on a daily basis?
I run a saw. I cut wood. I run a automated saw.
And you actually cut the trusses before they put them together.
Yes, sir.
Captain Williams,
Yes, sir.
is this free entry program available in the evenings after work?
Yes, sir.
Good, good. Is the victim awareness program also available
Yes, sir.
after work?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Do you have any comments or remarks or observations about Mr. Martin?
Well, since he's been here, he hasn't been a problem at all. He was a trustee before he got work release, and he worked well doing that. And he got on work release, and he has done well. He doesn't have a disciplinary record. He doesn't. He works well with others, and we haven't had any problems out of him so far.
Sir, Madam Chairman?
Thank you, Mr. Rich. Ms. Jackson has some questions.
All right, Mr. Martin, you know, when you're, I know you can't judge a book by its cover, but when I first saw you on the screen, I thought, this looks like a guy who should be an accountant or, a supervisor somewhere. And then when I heard you talk, then you obviously have intellect. You obviously have a good mind and you articulate well. But like you said, you have that laziness issue. So you're telling us that the 3 years that you've spent incarcerated has kind of gotten that laziness out of you?
Oh, most definitely. Most
So
definitely.
what motivates you now? Before it was just money. What motivates you now?
What motivates me now is in what sense? I mean, what do you?
What motivates you?
The man in the mirror motivates me. every time I look at myself in the mirror, I think, like you said, it. I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be bigger than this, and that's what motivates me because I know I can, and I know that I will be better than this. I will accomplish everything that I have set out to accomplish. The food trailer is only the beginning.
Okay, a food trailer. Are you gonna, are you gonna be the cook?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I would.
About your cooking skills? Where'd you get cooking skills from, and what's your menu gonna be?
My menu is gonna be burgers and dogs. Something simple, quick, easy. Cooking skills came from my mother and my aunt. Also, while I was in Job Corps, I volunteered in the kitchen every day because I also like to eat. So I got a lot of skills from that as well.
Do you have a business plan for your food truck? Tell me in your mind how that business would operate and how would you make it profitable?
In about 6 months, I plan on since I purchased the trailer already. In about 6 months, I plan on the trailer being up and running. Um, it's gonna cost about $10,000. Now I make about $500-600 a week working at Rogers Manufacturing. I'm gonna be living with my mother. I also bought a truck a few days ago, about a week ago actually, a '95 Chevy Silverado. That way I can get to and from work. That way I won't have to rely on anybody to get for transportation. I can take care of it myself. Um, so like I said, the food trailer will be up and running about 6 months, $10,000, and I feel that I can make it back within a year.
Okay, the cost of everything has gone up since you've been incarcerated. Gas for the vehicle, the meat and all of those things have gone up. So it's gonna take a lot to make it profitable. Have you given any thought to that?
Buying used equipment is my biggest thought. Facebook Marketplace is going to be my best friend while I get it built. As far as the price of meat and things like that, I'm gonna try to shop like Sam's or something like that. If I can get and if I have to, I like to garden myself as well. So if I gotta have a garden in my backyard to grow my tomatoes and lettuce and make my own pickles, I will.
Well, I can tell you've given a lot of thought to this.
I have.
Now, say the only way any restaurant is going to be successful is to have good food and have it consistent.
That is correct. So I believe my food is gonna be really good. I won't. I'm not able to test anything at the moment, but once I do get released, I will experiment a little bit and try to get my food up to par.
Okay. Well, thank you. I enjoyed my conversation with you.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
As well, Jackson.
Mr. Martin, is there a statement you'd like to make to us before we vote?
Sure. First off, I want to say thank you for this opportunity. Uh, and I guess that's the most important thing. It's just thank you, and it's my prayer, and if it's in God's will for y'all to grant me this parole, then that's what I'm praying for. But like I said, as long as it's in God's will, it's fine by me. Whichever is gonna happen.
All right, thank you, sir. I think we're ready to vote. We'll start with Mr. Roche.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Keon,
Yes, sir.
I really think you missed the boat. I really do. You're very intelligent, you're articulate. You have act for planning things. You should have completed high school, went on to college, and I think would have been very successful. You have a renew your mind.
Thank you.
I'm gonna grant your request for early release conditionally. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna grant condition. First of all, I think you need to have reentry. It helps with your reentry process. It's 10 modules and it will cover a variety of different things. And I want you to take victim awareness simply because I want you to understand what affects your intrusion on their lives, how it's affecting them then, and it's still affecting them today. And I'm glad that you can take those in the evening and you can continue your transitional work program. But after you complete, and I'm gonna show Captain Williams will get you in those programs immediately, pre-release and victim awareness, you'll be released. After you release, I want you to have a curfew from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. I want you to do community service with at-risk youth. You're articulate, you've been in the system, you know what incarceration is like. I want you to talk to those groups and try to steer them in the right direction. Get with your parole officer, get with your pastor, and talk to groups at least 5 hours a month.
Okay.
Give back to the community, and it will help you be successful in your endeavor to become a productive member of society. I want you to maintain full-time employment.
Okay.
And I want you to pay all victim restitution in full.
Okay.
Get a parole officer and make a schedule on how much of your income will go towards victim restitution. And
Right.
they will divide it among your victims and make a plan so that you can finish your restitution by the time you get off of supervision.
Okay.
Good luck, young man.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Ms. Jackson. All right, Mr. Martin, while I agree with Mr. Shea, my vote today is just going to grant, without having completed those programs in advance. I think you've done well. I think you've gotten over your main problem, which is laziness. And that's demonstrated by the fact that you work with these programs for, and they think highly of you, so you have.
Looks like we lost the board. For a second, I thought maybe my computer froze.
They log back in.
Okay.
Mm.
Mm.
Let's see. Well. Well.
Man, I gotta tell you, this case is so confusing for me. I'm trying to like put my finger on it, and I can't. I'm not quite there. And I love the way Miss Jackson handled this. She seemed genuinely intrigued, And as was I was sucked into this hearing. I really like that she dove into the details, wanting to hear how he thought about his business. And what's amazingly intriguing to me, as Mr. O'Shea said, hey, you missed the boat. It just seems like such major opposites. He's working at McDonald's. He's describing himself as lazy. That's why he's stealing. That he doesn't have an addiction problem. Here's just one article about how he was caught stealing from the university for burglary, and he stole a bunch of TVs. But then the biggest factor that Richard pointed out is he has a rap sheet really longer than many of the people that we have seen here. And this is in a different state. So maybe Louisiana didn't have access to this. I don't know. But this is in, where is this? Arizona. I mean, look at the dates. So you have June 19th, July 18th, November 17th, August 16th, April 15th, February 15th, January 15th, December 13th, September, August 13th, December 11th, November 11th. This is just page 1. Page 2, December 8th, June 27th, January 7th. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And there's a third page. And I mean, it's a different level. I mean, not only is he an habitual offender, but he's really bad at it because he keeps getting caught. How is someone who's that, who is intelligent, who has, I mean, and claiming to be sober, right? How are you caught so many times? It's just strange. I don't know if if he just swindled all of us, if it's just master manipulation, or if there's something else going on. You can't quite put your finger on it, but I don't know. I personally liked him a lot. I liked the interview. I was rooting for him, but again, when you see this, it just makes you say, "What is going on?" Now, the good news is that he's out. He's managed to stay out, and this hearing took place a couple years ago, but we haven't heard back from him. There's a bunch of one-liners in here. Can't judge a book by its cover. And one answer when they said, what motivates you? And I thought it was a profound answer. You can't just make up these answers. He says, the man in the mirror motivates me. And I actually thought that his business plan, about it, I thought there is an art to explaining a business plan very simply and succinctly, like an elevator pitch. And, he didn't really, but I already bought the truck, which is, I guess, impressive. He's taken the money that he's earning at work release. He already bought it. He knows exactly where, the words that Facebook Marketplace is going to be my best friend. Like, the idea, of course, it's simple, but and it's supposed to be simple. That's smart, to just like hot dogs and hamburgers, make it quick, right? Simple and easy. The point of the questions and the point of the answer is that he's thought about it. He's thought about the details. It's not grandiose thinking, which we've seen so many hearings where people have these business plans and it's all grandiose. No, it's actually simple. He's gonna get a truck. He's gonna have a simple menu. This is what he's gonna do. It's gonna take a year to break even, which is very realistic, and it's gonna be hard. How he's ever gonna make enough money to pay back the money he owes, that's a whole different question. That's like, I guess it's like having student loans, right? You pay it off over a lifetime. But I I don't know. I can't. This one is really a pickle for me, and I'm just happy we haven't seen him again. But how do you feel about it? With that, I'll let you go.